friends. Hello. I look rough. I didn't sleep really last night because I just didn't. I was just like super anxious all night. So I took like a nap this morning and that was basically my sleep. So I'm not like mentally tired, but I feel like my boyfriend looked at me and was like, you look like you could use a sheet mask because my under eye circles are just real deep. I'm sure you know why we're here. Y'all, I hope that one day I don't even need to give my thoughts on anything because people can just stop doing what they're doing. Like, that's the end game here. I just want to one day not have to run to my camera and give my opinion on something. I guess I could just do that now and just stay out of things, but that's not in my nature. I'm very nosy. So today we are talking about Jackie Aina versus Petty Paige. I'm just gonna start before Jackie fans. Hello. Before you thumbs down this video and tell me how fat and stupid I am, real quick, I'm actually a fan of Jackie Aina. I've been a fan for quite a long time, but here's the tea. I'm gonna let you guys in. Come closer. Closer. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. You can support someone and not agree with everything they do. Do you want me to say it louder for the people in the back?
You can support someone and not agree with everything they do.
You don't have to follow this hive mentality of, if our master that we worship says that this is the thing, this must be the thing. Where is the deductive reasoning? Where is it? Where is the thinking for yourself? Where is the not believing every single thing that is told to you? Where is it? Where is it? I'm so frustrated. You want to know why I'm frustrated? When I couldn't sleep, you know what I did? Because all of this drama was going on between Paige and Jackie, I went to Paige's YouTube and I was rewatching her old videos to try and remember the situation that Jackie was talking about. Remember if what Jackie described was what I remember it being when I was a follower of Paige, because I followed Paige back when she made the Jackie Aina videos. Trying to remember a career ruining video, trying to remember all of these things. And do you know what I found on those videos? Because I'm not happy. I found comments discussing her weight, Petty Paige's weight, insulting her on her race, insulting her on her intelligence, calling her names that I don't even think, like, the meanest people could think of. I saw some of the worst comments I have ever seen in my entire life directed towards this woman before anyone gave any shroud, scrap, anything of evidence against her. And that makes me angry. This situation really irks me because I'm going to go through Jackie's video step by step and point out all of the places I think she contradicts herself. But I just want to make this statement first. If somebody you support and somebody you care about makes these claims, it's fine to want to support. If I heard my fave, Jackie, I'm a fan of her. She's not my fave. If I heard my fave got stolen from, I would be really worried about them. I wouldn't immediately go, especially when no evidence was given, but that's just beside the point. Zero amount of evidence. And I know I've been reading comments on a lot of things the past 24 hours. I know I haven't slept. I've had a lot of time to look into this. I know a lot of y'all are like, well, she didn't say that she did it. Her title of the video. Here we go. Title of the video, for those of you saying, well, she never actually directly accused her. She just told the story of what happened. A YouTuber hacked and stole from me. That is the title of the video. Does that sound like she's not saying that she thinks that this woman, Paige, did this? Does that not sound like to anyone that that is a direct accusation of doing something? I don't know. That's just me. Before we go through everything, point by point, and talk about the flaws in her story, and honestly, again, I try to be unbiased in these videos. I truly try to see things from the other side. And I can see from Jackie's side, her being, 99% of what she said in that video was BS. But I can see from her side being paranoid about that happening. Getting money stolen from you. I got my wallet stolen from my car once, and that was like a horrifying. When you feel like your privacy has been invaded, I completely understand being paranoid, freaking out, thinking all of these things. But to present those thoughts with zero proof and just to present those accusations to your 2.3 million followers and accuse somebody of something so intense and so serious as fraud and theft, and nonetheless like overseas, like she's in a different freaking country, to accuse somebody of that. So let's get started. And again, I've been subscribed to Jackie for like 6 months and watched pretty much all of her videos. And honestly, I still like Jackie. I'm still a fan of Jackie. I think she's creative. I think she says everything that's on her mind in a fantastic way. She's a huge advocate. I cannot support this action. And I wish more people in this freaking community, I'm sorry I'm getting so mad, but it's just so frustrating to watch people just like blindly follow people. I was reading a lot of Reddit last night because Reddit was like blowing up with all of this information. And so many people were saying like, well, how could you say Paige didn't do this? You don't know her personally. You don't know Jackie personally. None of us know these people personally. None of us should just be taking what they say and running with it when it's something this serious. None of us should be doing that. We should all be doing our own research. We should all be using our brains and trying to think if there's any evidence against this, because there is none. Or even if Jackie had said in the video, I have evidence to support this that I don't feel like sharing, I would have been like, okay, that's fair. If you don't want to share your bank accounts, I can understand that. I still would be very hesitant to believe it, but like, I can understand that. She just threw it out there, blew past it, and then continued to talk about an eyeshadow palette like she wasn't literally trying to ruin someone's life. One of the first things she says in the video is someone literally trying to ruin my career. When she says somebody literally tried to ruin my career, she is talking about Petty Paige's video that she made on her approximately 11 months ago. I rewatched that video because that's a heavy statement. That's a big thing to say. To say somebody literally tried to ruin my career, I'm perking up. I'm like, oh, who tried to ruin your career? That's terrible. If anybody goes and watches Paige's video about Jackie Aina, the meanest thing that she said about her and the most maybe attacking thing she said about her was disagreeing with her point that being a beauty influencer is not the same as being a car salesman, in the sense that we shouldn't just assume you're trying to sell us stuff on your channel. That's the biggest point that she made against her in that video. I don't know about you. I would consider that more constructive criticism because she didn't even say it in a mean way. And she even gave her suggestions on how she could better disclose so people weren't so pissed at her about her freaking affiliate codes and how shady she was being with them. If anything, that was constructive criticism. In no way I can't fathom somebody watching that video. And I know being, even just on my small level, I know how hard it is to hear constructive criticism from people. To hear someone comment and it be like, even if it's constructive, it's still hard to hear things about yourself that people think are wrong. I completely understand the knee-jerk reaction to think that person is wrong. You would have to be an Olympic gold medalist to twist and backflip so hard to feel like that was career-ending to you. So right off the bat, her saying that tells me a lot about Jackie Aina as a person. So she goes into this next part. And she basically says she didn't see the video, she didn't come across the video, she had no idea the video existed. And she saw it, and she didn't even bother to click on it. She didn't even bother to read the comments. She didn't bother. Except 3 seconds later, she talks about how the comments were nasty and terrible, but like, we'll get into that. But then 2 seconds later, starts talking about how the video was blowing up and it was annoying and all the comments were really nasty. And then starts talking about fair use. This was the moment in the video. Mind you, I was like 10 minutes in. This was the moment in the video that I knew at least a majority of this was a lie. Here's why. She talks about copyright. And I want to talk about this because I don't think enough people know how screwed up it is to false copyright someone's channel. So I'm going to talk about it. She's been a YouTube member since 2006 and had the balls to say, basically said, she didn't really give a clear reason because she was talking about taking down the video and copyright striking the video. And she said she did it because of the comments. And she said the comments were really nasty and that's not what she represents. If you get a video made about you and you don't like what's happening on that video, tough. Like, I'm sorry, tough. That's unless it actually is violating copyright, unless it's like a reposted video of just you with no commentary added, or unless it's a person slandering you. If somebody made a drama video about me pointing out all these hypocritical things I do or saying anything, as much as I probably would absolutely hate that, tough. You can't just take someone else's content down. That's wrong. So then she says she copyright strikes it because she felt that it was an infringement. She felt she had the legal right to do so. She also mentions this BS about like, well, I'm not Liza Koshy and I'm not Logan Paul. First of all, do you think if Logan Paul had the power to get videos taken off YouTube, he would? Like, do you not think all of those Suicide Forest videos would just have like disappeared? I know some of them, there's like a conspiracy theory, some of them did. But I don't think that had a lot to do with Logan Paul. I think that had a lot more to do with YouTube. Because the ones that were getting taken down were the ones criticizing YouTube. Anyway, she tried to make it seem like she's not some like big influencer YouTuber. When you have 2 million subscribers, you have a direct contact to YouTube, first of all. Second of all, 2 seconds later, she said she had a direct contact to YouTube. So I'm like a little confused about her relationship with them because she flip-flopped quite a bit on that issue. And then said that normally copyright strike happens, fill out the forms, and boop, the video gets taken off YouTube. She makes several points in here that make it abundantly clear she either still doesn't understand how fair use works or she's pretending not to for the sake of the video. What she says in this 3-minute or 4-minute part of the video makes absolutely zero sense. Zero sense. I'm going to break it down for you. So she requests the video to be taken down and it gets taken down. She makes a false statement that if the video didn't break the guidelines, it would have never gotten taken down in the first place. So YouTube obviously felt like it broke some of their guidelines. That's incorrect. The second that you put a copyright strike claim on somebody's video, the video gets taken down regardless. It's not, they don't like review everything first. They take down, then review, because it is such a serious issue, which by the way is illegal to do like the way Aina did it, but whatever. She then goes on to say the girl felt like she could repeal it. And she said that in Petty Paige's country, this is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Because not only, I feel like if you don't follow YouTube stuff, you might not understand how insane this is. But just like, hear me out. I'm trying to say this as clearly as I possibly can for people who may not follow this type of stuff. There is a YouTube channel called H3 Productions. And they are fantastic. They have a podcast, they have a YouTube channel, they have a secondary YouTube channel. On their secondary YouTube channel, they make commentary videos primarily, where they have footage of other people's videos and them reacting to it. Somebody, similar to how Jackie felt, didn't like the video that H3 Productions put up. They didn't think it was a good video, and they filed it under not being fair use. H3 fought it, it got put back up, but then the other person fought it again, and it had to go to court. Ethan and Hila were in court for about 1.5 years before it was finally ruled by a judge that if you are using another person's content to commentate on a situation, you are completely and legally allowed to do that. You can't just repost someone's entire video or steal their content completely, but if you're using it for the purpose of a commentary video, that you're allowed to do that. You're in the law with doing that. Here's why I think this is funny. There's a reason I told that story. Number one, I could not think of a big YouTuber who didn't at least kind of know that that situation was happening, because that was a big deal for everyone. That was a big deal for all creators, because if the judge ruled in the favor that you couldn't, that would essentially ruin commentary channels. The majority of people in the YouTube community, and even people who just post like memes in between their videos or sound effects, that could ruin everybody's channel if you can't use other people's content for those type of purposes. So I don't believe she didn't know about that. She also mentions Philip DeFranco and being a watcher of his and his commentary videos, one of the biggest advocates for H3 during this time. He even set up a GoFundMe and talked about it in multiple videos. One of the biggest advocates was Philip DeFranco. So if she's watching Philip DeFranco, she's well aware of what's going on with H3, if not even a little bit. Okay? Third of all, this girl has been on YouTube since 2006. if you don't know the guidelines for what copyright infringement is at this point, what have you been doing? Jackie Aina I don't care what, I am fully on Paige's side with this type of video. Jackie Aina took down that video because she did not like what Paige said about her, and she was a big enough YouTuber. A lot of big YouTubers do this to small creators. This isn't just Paige making stuff up. Bigger YouTubers will time and time again try to squash smaller creators by doing tactics like this. The fact that she said in the video, and then this gets better, but the fact that Jackie Aina said in the video, I should be getting ready, I don't know what I'm doing. The fact that Jackie Aina said in the video, if YouTube didn't think there was something wrong with it, they wouldn't taken it down, is knowingly lying to her subscribers, because that's not how it works. It's not how it works. Regardless. She also went on to, she didn't even say, I was wrong. She said, well, I don't claim to know everything about copyright, but then never explicitly admitted what she was wrong about. She literally said, well, in this girl's country, it's legal for her to do that type of commentary video. Again, that's not true. That's just, I don't even know, maybe she wasn't even looking for inconsistencies in her story because she just assumed everyone would believe her. But there are people who know how this works too. Like, I know how this works as well. We all do. Most creators know how this situation works. You can't really get by on YouTube. Which also makes me worry and wonder if she's taken down other videos that were unfavorable of her. Which, by fault, and I don't think people, again, realize the type of strain that puts on someone's channel when you false copyright strike them. And even her reason for taking down the video. She didn't even say it was because she used the clips. She kind of threw in there how it was her legal right because she used clips, but that's not your legal right. It's just not. Maybe she just wasn't explaining herself correctly. I'd like to give her the benefit of the doubt that maybe she really is just confused about all this copyright stuff. But Jackie Aina doesn't strike me as a stupid person. She strikes me as a very smart and intelligent woman. And I truly think she is. I think she's incredibly smart and incredibly intelligent. And that's why I think she knows exactly what she is doing. She also talks about how in the video, like after Paige posted the video, she kept tagging her on Twitter. And I can see it from both sides in that sense. And this is a part where I can see it from both sides. I can see how Jackie Aina would see that as Paige trying to like rub it in her face that she made a video critiquing her. But I can also see it from Paige's perspective where it's just like, that's kind of what you do on Twitter. Like if I just did like the FabFitFun video that went up on Monday and I tagged the brand on Twitter. I would tag other people if I did a video about them just because it's what you do. I don't know. But I can see it from Jackie's side, how like that would seem frustrating. I can understand, and I can also understand why she would have a problem with a video being made about her, critiquing her. I think the points Paige made were valid, but I can, again, being a creator, I can understand how it's, and especially someone as big as Jackie, who she even says in the video she's not challenged very often by drama channels. I can see how maybe she would take that as like, oh, personally. I don't see how she could take it as far as she took it, as far as false copyright striking the video, and now making another video doing what she does next. I don't see how it can hurt you that much that you would do something like that. I just don't understand the motive here at all. I don't think it's to be set free from the drama because I think, again, I don't think Jackie Aina is an idiot, and I think she knows the type of drama that this was going to start and the situation that this was going to start because you're literally messing with someone's life. Anyway, I'm going to use my KKW palette just for funsies. I'm not going anywhere too. It's like 8 o'clock at night. I just like, as soon as Paige posted her response video, I knew I wanted to say something too, but I wanted to hear Paige's side first because I never want to come on here and look like I didn't look at both sides because I'm trying to. I'm desperately trying to see both sides. It's just really hard in this situation. So she then goes on, Jackie Aina in her video, goes on to say that a couple of days after all this, she talks about how you had to give personal information when doing copyright. So if somebody wants to like sue you or anything, you have to give them the personal information, which is standard. Again, I'm just taking what I watched that part like 2 times to try to understand what she was saying happened because it was kind of confusing. Basically, she said somebody hacked into her email account and was sending her all of these emails, and that because they did that, they were able to hack into her bank account and take out $1,500 without her noticing, which again, that I don't find suspicious because I feel like wealthy people. Like, that wouldn't be a big deal. $1,500. Tried to take out another $1,500 and her card was declined while she was in New York. Called her bank. Her bank said that somebody, and this is where it sketches me out, because and again, I just wish when you're making these allegations, you would be more clear about what was said, because she said somebody was sent $1,500 through her account. So does that mean the bank said Petty Paige, not that it would be Petty Paige, but you know what I mean, Petty Paige sent herself, like you sent her $1,500 and you approved that transaction? Like, she didn't make it clear what type of transaction happened, who, like, none of it was clear. None of it was very easy to understand. And basically said the person was successful in taking $1,500, but then her card was canceled and there were, like, no other issues or whatnot. There's not much I can say about this, because can I 100,000% say it's not Paige? Of course I can't, because there's no evidence. But can I 1,000% say it is Paige? I can't even, like, 0.5% say it's Paige. Because there's just I can't tell you who it is. It could be literally any of I could have done it for all she knows. It could have been any of this. I didn't, but like, I'm just making a point before anybody says anything. Like, there are 7 billion people on the planet that literally could have done this based on the information you gave. But instead of saying maybe those were two unrelated events, or saying I have evidence to prove that she's the one that did this, you just were like, well, I talked to somebody who's former FBI and they told me there's nothing I could do. There is something she could do. There are ways, especially when you have the financial freedom to do this. There are ways to be able to sue somebody who's in a different country than you, especially if they commit fraud against you. Because that's not something that's like small beans. That's like a big offense. Here's my problem with this. And I know this is me being like, I'm not a hacker. I don't know how any of this works. But I tweeted, and I basically was like, is it even possible to hack someone's account from just having the email address? Because in the video, Jackie says that the phone number she gave to the claim wasn't her phone number, and the address she gave wasn't her real address. So all Petty Paige would have had to work with if she were to hack her account would have been her email account, her private email account, and her full name. And I truly didn't know if that was enough to hack somebody with. Like, I truly wasn't aware of the answer. Most people said no, that isn't enough information. I had one girl say she worked at a job where she'd seen like crazy things happen, and she said it could be possible, but it would be very difficult to happen. Like, it wouldn't just be a piece of cake, easy thing to do. It would take you would have to have a lot of knowledge on that type of stuff. And then everyone was like, well, her boyfriend's he's IT. He's not a master hacker. Do you know how skilled you would have to be to pull something? That would have to be your full-time job, is just hacking people. So basically, after talking to a bunch of people and kind of doing my own research, there's only so much I could research because only so much information was given. Paige, though, I've decided that I don't think it makes sense that Paige did that. Paige actually came out with a really great video. If you haven't watched it yet, I would highly recommend it. If you're here as a Jackie fan and you hate me, and you hate everything I'm saying, maybe just go look at her side of the things, because she makes some valid points to the fact that a lot of hackings were going on when Jackie Aina claims to have gotten hacked. I'm not blaming Jackie Aina for assuming that Paige did this. Because the way I see it, she took down this girl's video. She knows that she didn't do the right thing. Paige mentioned in her video, rebuttaling about how Jackie took it down, that she did have her private email. Which, again, I don't know why Paige would mention that if she was going to hack her, but Jackie could have taken it a different way. Jackie sees that. 2 weeks later, her account's hacked. I can see why it seems suspicious. But if you look at Paige's video, she provides evidence to say that a lot of people's accounts were being hacked at that time. So to me, it just seems like a coincidence. But I'm not Jackie. I didn't have my money stolen. But here's where I think she crossed the line. You can have your suspicions, but if you had actual evidence, you could go to the police and you could press charges. And you obviously don't have enough evidence to do that, or you would have done it. So if you don't have enough evidence to press charges against her, you absolutely should not be going on the internet and telling 2.3 million people that this girl stole from you. And this is where comes the biggest issue for me. She sat there and claimed that this was not a situation of bigger YouTubers attacking smaller YouTubers. I would argue that that's exactly what that was a bigger YouTuber, successfully, might I add, because Paige's social blade is in the red, and she is getting bombarded with terrible, nasty, ignorant comments. So I would even argue she successfully tried to take someone down because she felt that Paige personally attacked her first by making the initial video critiquing her on the way she used affiliate codes. Close out this topic. I just want to say, there was a situation a little while ago, a few months ago, with a YouTuber who accused another YouTuber of something when there was no basis in fact. They had no evidence, and they were just saying things from a very biased perspective. And us as a community denounced that person and supported the person who was being accused. It was Peter Mon and John Cookie, and if you couldn't tell already, but there is nothing different about that situation than there is with this one. Nothing, except the person making the accusations is significantly bigger than the person who was being accused. It's the only difference. To kind of end this, I just want to say, I like Jackie. I think she stands for so many amazing things. And I think she's a great content creator. She's super creative. She's super artistic. I like her as a person. I like her channel. And I'm not going to just stop supporting her because of this. But I also can't support her in this. I can't support making a claim against somebody when there is no basis in fact. And the fact that Paige came on her video and basically said, like, I'll give you whatever information you want if you want to sue me. And the fact that this could jeopardize Paige's job with the state, her boyfriend's future her fiance's job, it really rubs me the wrong way. I'm not going to be like, oh, Jackie Aina's canceled, because I don't think she is. I think she's a good content creator, and I also don't think this is going to make a dent in her career. I just hope that if you are one of those people that heard that story that she told and instantly went to go hate on Paige, let's try and think about facts and logic and reasoning. And there was none to that story. There was none. I tried to look. I love Paige and I love Jackie, but I don't think Jackie's right in this situation. It's a horrible position to be in. It's hard when two people you genuinely love have an issue like this, but I can't sit here and say that any of this is Paige's fault. I don't think an ounce of this situation is Paige's fault. I don't think she is guilty of literally anything except speaking out against somebody who is bigger than her. And that's not a crime. That's not a punishable thing to do. All she did was speak out about somebody who is bigger than her. And it is dangerous to let that person get away with something like this. So while I'm not going to denounce Jackie, I'm not going to tell you to unsubscribe, I'm not going to tell you she's a terrible person, I am going to tell you that I think she is creating a group of fans, as are a lot of big YouTubers. Because I see this with everyone. I see this with all of the big YouTubers. The fact that people comment on my videos and give me a suggestion about my makeup and then are like, please don't block me, please don't be mad at me. Or if they leave something even kind of disagreeing with me, they're like, please don't be mad at me, I'm just saying. It makes me so sad that I feel like the beauty gurus are creating a place where if you don't agree with them, you can't hang out with them, basically. They're basically all acting like a bunch of Regina Georges. And I would appreciate it if we could say, we still support you and we still love you, but we can't stand with you on this one. We can't support you with this one because you're not right. We don't have to just agree with someone because we like them. That's not how it works, I think. So yeah, that's my video. I know I'm probably going to lose subscribers because of this. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me. I had to make a video to support Paige because I don't think Jackie's right. And I'm going to say so. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, please like and subscribe, or just subscribe, or do neither. I'm honestly just so happy you're watching me. I love you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye!